Here with John Asalon. John, why don't you give us a recap of the four-game series between NKU and Marshall over the weekend?
Well, it wasn't a good one. The Norse dropped 4 to the Marshall University Thundering Herd. It all began over in Florence, Kentucky at the University of Cincinnati Medical Stadium, home of the Florence Freedom and former home of the Norse for 3 years. And the Norse have an outstanding record at that stadium, but not this weekend. First game went to Marshall University by the score of 7-1. Marshall out-hit the Norse 14-3 in the ball game. 2 of those hits coming from Zach Asman. Cody Cooper started the game for the Norse, went 4 1/3 innings. He was followed up with Drew Campbell and Alex Bolia. Each pitcher gave up some runs at some extent, and the Norse dropped game 1 by the score of 7-1. Game 2, a little bit closer. Norse had a shot as they were down just 1 run going into the top of the 7th inning in a game that was only scheduled for 7, but a 3-run 7th inning started by a Brett Loading hit batter, and it just escalated from there. Norse dropped that game after scoring a run in the bottom of the 7th. It was somewhat close, but a 6-3 loss and a doubleheader sweep on Marshall University. Then the Norse came back and opened up their season here at the Bill Acre Baseball Complex, the newly renovated Bill Acre Baseball Complex, but things didn't go much better. Game 1 was all Aaron Blair, the starting pitcher for Marshall University. He went 7 shutout innings. He was picked up by Terrence Moore, who went the final 2 innings, giving up 1 hit. Norse were shut out 9-0. Again, a big disparity between hits between Marshall and NKU. 13 hits for Marshall, just 4 for the Norse, and the Norse committed 3 errors along the way. That didn't help them out at all either. In that game, the 4 hits were by 2 freshmen. Hunter Morey picked up his 2nd and 3rd hits of the year, and Quinn Hetty continued to look good at the plate as he also plated 2 hits as well. In the nightcap, it looked like the Norse had a chance to salvage at least 1 of the 4 games. Brett Cisper was the starter. Cisper, in his last start out of Texas State, only retired 1 batter and gave up 8 runs in that game. So the question was, how would his psyche be coming into today? The answer, just fine. Cisper went 9 innings, went to complete game distance, only gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, a single run in the 1st, another run in the 3rd. He struck out 10 batters along the way, a career high for him, a season high for strikeouts for a Norse pitcher, and also the longest a Norse starter has gone on the year, but it just wasn't enough. Again, the Norse offense sputtered. They did muster 7 hits, 1 more than Marshall during the ball game, but could not get the big hit to drive in the tying run. In fact, they grounded into 3 double plays in the ball game, 2 in the final 2 innings with the potential tying run aboard. That spelled defeat for the Norse again. So the Norse end up with the 4-game sweep. Their record now a dismal 2-12 after the first 14 games of the season, and it gets to a point where NKU, we keep saying about them, they're in every game, they're competitive, but that gets old, and I'm sure if you ask head coach Todd Asalon and his entire coaching staff, they'll tell you the same thing. It's time for the Norse to buckle down and win some ball games. So it doesn't work out well for the opening series here at the newly renovated Bill Acre Baseball Complex, but the next time the Norse are here will be March 26th against Morehead State University, and hopefully better things will happen at that time. So once again, Norse dropped 4. They have now lost 6 games in a row. Marshall dropped 5 before getting healthy against the Norse. Next game, weekday games Tuesday and Wednesday up in Cooksville, Tennessee against Tennessee Tech. There won't be any audio, but there'll be live stats the next time. We'll be on the air at NKUNorse.com. We'll be Friday at the O-Strike Classic at Ypsilanti, Michigan, at Eastern Michigan. For NKU Baseball's John Asalon.
I had to be impressed with the performance of Brett Cisper on the mound tonight.
Oh, he was outstanding. I mean, throwing strikes when we needed them. I mean, changed speeds, kept them off balance. He kept a really good team at bay today, and we like to see that every time. He just as a veteran, he knows what he's doing, has a plan out there, and he worked it out perfect today.
And we talk about the veterans getting his job. Your freshman doing a good job. Your underclassmen today doing a lot of good work on the offensive side of the ball as well.
They did a nice job because they're still learning. They're still learning about college pitching and what college is all about. The world's spinning pretty fast for them right now. So, but they're getting a lot of opportunities to play. We have a lot of injuries, and they're a pretty talented group of guys. So, they need to get in and get the experience. And I thought they did a nice job today, especially game 2.
And we're starting to break into that long road for every team. That spring break trip. You guys heading down to Tennessee Tech. I know you guys are getting ready for some baseball, but is this going to be a good time for your team to kind of get together? You've been on the road a lot already. but just kind of away from the classes, not having to worry about the books for a little bit of time?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's good to get away and then get away from the girlfriends and the parents and all that stuff and just focus on baseball. And Tennessee Tech's really strong, so it's going to be a really good challenge for us on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the Eastern Michigan tournament on the weekend. So looking forward to the challenge, but it's got to get better. We've got to clean up a lot of things. But I think that the thing you'll notice is we play hard. As long as we keep playing hard, I think good things will happen. Maybe we'll get left down the road, but I think things are going to happen for these guys.
I know you guys have gotten some chances to practice out here at the newly renovated Bill Aker Baseball Complex. This is the first day you've gotten a chance to get out here for an actual game. And what are your thoughts on just how the field's coming along?
Well, it's incredible. I mean, the service is incredible. Once we get the bleachers and all that stuff straightened away, it's going to be a really fun place to play. Had a good crowd today. Not a whole lot of places for them to sit and everything, but up on the hill and down the sidelines, it was fun to see. So it's always fun to play in front of you.